Hey everyone, it's Katrina, and welcome back to another episode of Everglades National Zoo. This is episode 9, and it's a little different than usual. We don't have an animal in this episode, but what we're doing is we're preparing for the Southeast Asian Animal Pack, which Frontier announced last week, and it's coming March 30th, which is super excited. It's different from all the other packs we've gotten so far. There's actually not going to be any building pieces, and it's 8 animals instead of 4 or 5 like we've been getting. And while I do love the building aspect of this game, I am really excited to get some more animals because I do love the animals in this game, and it's going to be nice to get more than just 4 or 5. So that's exciting, and we're actually building in habitat for the Babirusa. That's the first one that I'm going to be adding into the zoo, and Babirusas are so awesome. I knew what they were before the pack, and they are just like such unique animals. There's a ton of unique animals in this pack coming. They're so different, and I love unique animals a lot. So I'm excited for that. And there were no cinematics at the beginning of this video just because this habitat was so small and I really didn't do a ton of building this episode. And so I'll do a real-time part at the end of the video where I'll talk over and just do a little overview of this area and maybe of the zoo so far, and just talk about some ideas I have for implementing these Southeast Asian Animal Pack so far, because I do want to add all the animals in this zoo if I can, because I'm super excited about them and I kind of just want to build a habitat for them. So all the animals that we're getting in the pack are the clouded leopard, which is really cool, and the sun bear, which a few months ago was seen in the leak that Frontier had, and then the proboscis monkey, which is a really unique, again, looking animal. The binturong, or also known as the bear cat, which I'll be calling it because that's always what I have known it as. The Malayan tapir, the I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but the Usuri dole, which is another cool animal. The Babirusa, which we're building a habitat for now, and the giant Malaysian leaf insect, which is the exhibit animal. And then there's also the update that's coming March 30th as well, which includes custom billboards, which is really exciting, and I'll definitely be testing those out, and I think they'll be really nice to use for some education boards and little advertisements around the zoo, so that's going to be cool. And then also the ability to change the color of the water and like how clear it is on all of that. And I think you could create some really unique things with that, so I'm excited for that too. So March 30th is the day, and I know I've said I'm excited a million times already, but I am. And this video, I believe, will be coming out on a Tuesday, so a couple days earlier than usual. And then I think I'm going to try to do another video this week just of an overview of the pack once we can get it, and I'm just going to show all the animals and then maybe some of the stuff in the update as well, just to kind of get an overview of everything, so that's exciting again. And then in this episode I went ahead and did this staff area. I just put some pretty simple walls on it and then a flat roof, and to just kind of complete this area a little more. This is right by the seals and the tigers, and this path connects to, it goes behind the seal habitat and then back around to the Babirusas, and I'm really proud of how this layout has turned with this zoo so far. All the staff areas connect pretty well, and I think it flows pretty well. So I'm glad that's turned out, and this is the biggest zoo I've made so far when playing this game, because I kept in the beginning giving up on my zoos, and doing videos have really helped me not to give up. So this has been super fun, and I can't wait to keep building this zoo and then to finally complete it one day, even though we still probably got a while for that to go. And so yeah, there's not much left of this speed build because it was a really short one, but I'll catch you in the real-time part, and we'll just talk about the pack a little more and maybe talk about the layout and what animals I want to do next, because I do really want to implement all the animals in the zoo, especially since I think they'll fit in this tropical area especially the swamp area, a lot more. And then, yeah, so I'll catch you in the real time part. I hope you enjoyed this little speed build, even though it was really short. And if you would like, tell me in the comments what animal you're most excited for in the pack. If you're getting the pack, I think I'm most excited for the bearcat, or the binturong is the other name. So yeah, thank you for watching and enjoy the real time part. Hey everyone, so welcome back to the real time part, and I'm just going to give a little tour of the area and maybe a little overview of the zoo so far, and then talk about some of the plans I have with the animals we're getting with the Southeast Asian Animal Pack. So for starters, this is what we built this episode. It's a really small habitat for the Babirusa, and that's coming in a few days. The pack is coming. And yeah, I think it's a good size for them because I don't know the requirements yet that they're going to have, but I think this seems fairly realistic. And I added this other fence as like another, a second layer, which I didn't include in the speed build because it's a decision that I just thought of. So I have this little water area for them and a little cave, and it's very simple. I have another willow tree, and then same benches we've been using, same path lighting, trash cans. I have a little education board that will have the Babirusa on it once we get those, and those are the same education boards as the Bengal tigers, just different color. And I thought this was a good education board to use for the Bengal tigers because there's a little tiger on it. So this just comes right off of the seal habitat and the Bengal tiger habitat. I should probably move these signs to the other side of the path since the seals are on this side now, but I'll do that in a bit. So this is the seals, which we did last episode of the Everglades, and then the tigers, which are right across from it. And this is the staff area that we did this episode as well. It's just got vet surgery, keeper hut, staff room, and trade center, and then some water treatment and a transformer as well. And then this is the Baird's tapirs and capuchin monkey habitat that goes on both sides, and the okapis and the pygmy hippo. So this is just an idea of the layout that we have over here, and I'll show you from above as well. So it's very dense and a lot of foliage because this is the swamp area, Willow Grove. And then over here is where we're going to have our open marshland area that we started with the alligators that are actually crocodiles, but we're saying they're alligators. So that's what this area is going to be, but we still need to finish this area up, which we're going to do with the animals from the new pack. And then I also want to add some gharials and some more tropical animals if we have room. We'll just have to see what we have room for. And then this is the entrance, which was our very first episode. So that's still here. And I haven't done anything with this entrance plaza besides the little staff area going off. So it still is looking a little rough, but we'll get to that eventually. I've really been focusing on Willow Grove, and then I have this big long path that connects to over there, which isn't staying because it's pretty ugly and long, and we'll find a more efficient way to get the path over here, and then we'll all eventually connect it up from here. And just, I think this layout has really been working so far. There's the little gator cave that we made in the second episode, though the guests never come down here unless there's a keeper talk, but that's okay. I still think it turned out pretty good. And then we have our entrance to Willow Grove, which feels like forever ago when we started this, and I still think it looks really good, and I'm happy with how far we've gotten so far. Here's our otters, which I think this one, I don't know, I think this is one of my favorite habitats I've ever done in the game. I just think it looks very swamp-like, which is what I was going for, and I think it looks pretty eerie, which I was also going for. And then we have the Pygmy Cafe with the underwater viewing here, and this is also one of my favorite things I've ever built in this game, especially the lighting. I think the lighting looks really pretty and kind of mystical and kind of fantasy like, and so I really like how that turned out with all this foliage coming down and these lights that are coming hanging over these tables. And it's a little hard to see out with the reflections from the lights, but they're out there somewhere, the pygmy hippos. And then maybe with the new update that's coming, we'll be able to make this water even clearer so it's even easier to see. And then we have our pygmy hippos, which are super adorable, especially the babies. Is there a baby somewhere? I love the baby pygmy hippos. They are super cute. But yeah, we have their little super kind of tiny temple shelter. And then I didn't even realize I had this keeper hut here that didn't have any walls or anything, so maybe we'll get to that. But I think the staff area really flows well. It connects with all the habitats really well. See, we have the alligators here, and then the hippos, and then over here are the otters, and then it all loops back to the main entrance, and then we also have the okapis over here with their little shelter that is more realistic. And then I also use this same shelter for the seals. And that just comes back to this little area, which is another viewing for the okapis, and then this little cave for the capuchin monkeys and the Baird's tapirs. And yeah, that is our zoo so far, and if we come back to where we are with the babirussas, so I'm thinking for the next animal for the pack, I want to do a kind of monkey island for the proboscis monkey, and I still need to fix some of these water areas, especially right here. It doesn't look very neat or anything. Well, it shouldn't necessarily look neat because it's natural, but it still looks a little funky. So we're going to make this all look a little nicer and have an island for the monkeys over here, and then maybe I don't know, we'll just have to keep going and see how it goes, but this is definitely going to be the Southeast Asian animal area, which I'm super excited for. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, even though it was a little different and there technically wasn't an animal, but soon, in the next few days, we'll be able to put the babirussas in here, as well as look at all the other animals in the pack. So, like I said before, comment below which animal you're most excited for, and as well as any suggestions or comments you may have. And if you liked, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.